In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Welcome back to my channel Nadir Hussain AR. Today video is going to be our last video on the Typescript, and we are going to move to the React concepts in the next video. In today's video we are going to discuss some of the utility types which are basically most frequently used in a production level application, right? And then we are going to discuss type definition files. What are they, what are their benefit, why we need them, and some examples to understand them. Okay, let's start with the utility type. The first utility type is record key types. It is simple one. You might have used basically maps or dictionaries in other languages. So in Typescript, this utility type is used to define dictionaries or maps in Typescript. Basically any key value pairs, right? Let's suppose you can have a record which contains like key cats and list of cats, array of cats, right? Array of cat names or IDs and something like that. So you may check its detail from the online references. And the other important type utility type is omit type key, and the other one is exclude. Let me explain, basically differentiate them, that what is difference between omit and exclude by the example. So omit says that it takes type and then the key parameters. So keys will be omitted if you have a defined type and you want a new type from whom a particular keys should be removed. Then omit is going to be your choice. It creates new type by excluding given properties from given type. So let's have an example. We have a student type. It contains name string and student ID, and you want a new type of person, and obviously person is not going to have a student ID. So instead of defining the new type, a student may contain 20-30 properties, right? And you just want to exclude this property, then you are going to simply use omit, like this student, from student omit student ID. Here if you see the new, you have got new type which has just one property, name, and student ID has been excluded. The other type was exclude, that and its signature is union type and excluded union. While omit was used to omit some properties out of a type, however what exclude does is that exclude is used in case of a union type. So let's suppose we have a animal type which contains dog, cats, and you can say cows, and you want type non-cows animals. Then here you can use exclude. Animal is a union type and cows. So exclude is used in case of a union type, to exclude something from a union, and omit was used to exclude properties or keys from a already defined type. So these are utility types. There are other utility types as well. You may go through the list online and check them, but these were the important ones which are usually used most frequently into the projects. Next thing is type definition files. So what are they? type definition files basically they are files by syntax. They end with .d .ts syntax or suffix, and what they contain basically they contain declarations of variables with types variables, and they can contain functions signatures with types of params as well. So they are much similar to what we do into the interfaces. That interfaces have also property types, right? Type definition files also have variables with their types specified, and similarly function signatures with types of parameters and return type defined. So why we need them, why we need to define these properties, these type definition files? We need them when we are using third party JavaScript libraries, right? As we discussed in our earlier video, that we can use JavaScript and TypeScript all together. However, for pure JavaScript libraries, we will not have the benefit of using TypeScript static analyzer. In order to achieve those TypeScript features with already written JavaScript libraries, obviously those libraries are not going to be rewritten. What we can do is that we can define type definition files for them, and we can benefit TypeScript features of static analyzer, auto completion, and so on, with just defining their type definition files. Now you will understand better that any existing example we have. Let me give you an example. We have Moment JavaScript library, which is famous library for the date manipulation, any date related operations, right? If you go and check its repo on the GitHub, then you will find that here we have a file moment.d.ts, right? And if you open this is a type definition file for the moment library. Here you will see declare function moment, right? Similarly, there might be some variables defined as well. They do not contain the implementation, they just contain the declaration, so that TypeScript compiler knows that if somewhere this function is being used, then from where it is coming, right? It should not complain. So this is one of the example. So the other thing is that what are other existing examples? We have basically types repo on the npm as well, and you can basically find types defined already for any of the library here, and these can be installed through this command. One thing to remember is that these types are going to be dev dependencies, right? They are not our production or runtime dependencies, rather they are going to into the dev mode. What does mean is, let me open an example that we already my store web, and here if we check the package.json, here you see all dependencies with the types signature, they are in dev dependencies, because you know TypeScript types are only for the development time. They are not needed on the runtime. In fact, they are actually removed or erased. So this is one thing we have got, that how to get types for the third party libraries, from where to get and how to install them as a dev dependency. The other thing comes that how can we define our own custom, right? So let me give you an example. So let's suppose you have a code in the playground JavaScript function, right? You have calculate sum. This is your own JavaScript file. Let's suppose number 1 number sorry, it is JavaScript 2 it should be in the JavaScript compiler. Online compiler. So you have this function, right? And you want benefit of static analyzer. This is written in some library. Then what you are going to do is that create a new file and define it type calculate sum number 1 number 2 number, and you are also going to define its return type int.d.ts file, like this. +2. So this is how you can define your own declaration file, type declaration file, and wherever you use this function, there is a / reference annotation, right? Where you use this because you are not going to publish it. It is your own library, right? Own class, JavaScript class, and you are not publishing it to the npm registry. Then you are going to references with this 3/ reference parameter, and if the name of the your file is, let's suppose, math.library.js. So these are the type definition files. So we have covered that what are their benefit, what are the type definition files, and we have seen the existing examples as well, that they are installed as a dev dependencies, and how we can create our own custom type definition files. If you wish, then you may go through their details online and further check. I have just introduced you to this concept. Thank you very much.